Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the Daily Market Insight for Tuesday, the 24th of October. All right, now, no one likes to show off, but you know what? The writing was on the wall there yesterday with coming into that European session with the US bond markets right up there and the dollar not moving. If anything, stalling, something had to give. As soon as those bonds started to fall, the dollar crapped out, and we've seen a rebalancing in the market, right? This is just an important thing to be able to identify when you are trading, right? This is getting sort of more into, I wouldn't say professional trading, but you know what? Identifying where there's a misbalance in the financial markets can be key to you tapping in the opportunity. So we saw the dollar index crap out. Dollar Swiss was, if anything, the precursor. Dollar yen is doing its best to go down, but fighting a lost cause there at the moment. Euro, now the exact price action wasn't exactly super. It jumped, but we did see sterling really come back quite nicely. Aussie's trying to pick itself up off the floor, as is the Kiwi, right? Really muted moves there. So the pairs that we were looking at yesterday around this really did sort of give an opportunity. And think about this. On Mondays, right, if there's no economic numbers, really it can come down to the risk-on, risk-off profile on the market. If you can identify it, well, then you've got a trading opportunity where, you know, the economic numbers can't mess around with the opportunity, okay? And that can be something to look forward to. Now, something else to look forward to is, it is October, right? And for those who aren't aware, it's the hurricane season, right? And just looking at the markets, there's the NHC says Otis moving northwestward, right? This is one especially for the oil traders, right? Keep a close eye on what's going on as Hurricane Ali sort of comes into play. We've got a sizable hurricane here. We've got one coming up the west coast. So just keep an eye on things as we get going here, because it can get a little bit loopy as these hit the shoreline. What we're ideally looking for, okay, let me just keep that pink. When it comes down into Hurricane Ali, right, where all the rigs are, right? You want to know if these rigs are shutting down. If they are, well, that's oil prices can start to go up, right? It can obviously impact supply. So that's something you need to be aware of. You know, it's always a bit of a fun thing trading the hurricanes. We used to love it when we're in the banks. All right, now the big correction today obviously was, if I just come back with my pen, obviously the bond yields, right? They really came back down. The bit of a price fall here yesterday, so they have sort of come back a bit, but you know what? We're starting to get a bit of balance here. And what I'm talking about is, okay, bonds going down, bond yields going down, the dollar falling. But that rebalancing that I was just sort of talking about before has finished. And that sort of leaves us with a little bit of, not really confusion, right? But the markets, we had all these stale long positions. It's sort of where I was getting to yesterday. So we've seen those cleaned out. So what do we do now? Well, now the fundamentals come back and rebuild from this point, right? Once again, if we start to see weaker US numbers, well, that dollar's going to continue to fall. If we see stronger numbers, well, it'll retrace some of those movements, and that's what we're looking for. So when it comes down to today, right, like the move unexpectedly was quick out of the gates on Monday. So now you come back and start to sort of focus in on the opportunities as the fundamentals start to roll out, right? So just looking at the fundamentals here at the moment, the GfK consumer confidence and the manufacturing PMI, UK unemployment rate, right? So sterling and euro will definitely be in play, maybe against the crosses, maybe against the dollar, right? We have to sort of wait and see how they play out, see which one has the best technical impact. But if I go in here and include sort of the second tier data there as well, you'll start to see there's a lot more data coming out than you think. I wouldn't be getting worried about that data at the top. The unemployment figures out of the UK, GfK consumer confidence, manufacturing PMI, wouldn't be worrying about the French data. We've got an RBA official speaking. There's some European data, some housing data out of Canada, and that's pretty much all she wrote at this point, right? So there are more things than just the top tier. I like to sort of isolate what the key events that might impact the market, but make sure you have a look through. And in actual fact, if you don't like some of these, like you get a few updates here on these things, I just like to take off the countries that I don't really focus on too much, like Argentina, Mexico, OPEC. I might leave that in there. Russia, Turkey. I'll be putting Switzerland in there, Spain. Like, just tidy up, like make it easier for yourself to find the key data that we're looking for, right? That's a smart play. And if I hit save, you can come through and really isolate where what you should be looking for. All right, guys. So not as much exciting news as yesterday, obviously, the sort of build up in the bonds and the misbalance between that and the US dollar. Well, that's been flushed out. We're back to the markets, and it's probably slim pickings today. Just keep an eye on the numbers and see how they connect with the technical framework at the moment. All right, guys. Good luck. Cheerio.